Hi, in this case I'll be demonstrating the divide and conquer technique I was teaching the residents here. So starting, I use an Agahara chopper and I'll show you my setting for the divide and conquer technique at the end of the presentation. So I start the groove here. I start up as far as I can near the rexes, and I keep going down to the edge of the rexes. I protrude the tip to about 1 millimeter, so because of this I don't need to widen the groove much. And I keep going, and I'm just saying to the resident, how do I judge the depth of the groove? Maybe a touch more, especially in the middle. And then you need to be careful, especially at the groove thins down at the end. I'm putting high magnification just to see more, and now I think the depth is good. I put the instrument really deep, the second instrument next to it, and then I separate, and I go near the wound and I separate again, and I want to see this river of redness. Now I have a nice crack. I rotate 180 degree, and it's very easy now to judge the thickness, and I'm showing them here how to judge the thickness. And all what I'm thinking of, I want a groove which is not too long but too deep, so I then crack easily. I think this is good. I put the phaco first, think one instrument at a time. Phaco first, and the second instrument next to it, then crack. And now this is cracked nicely, and if you push anywhere it will rotate, but you want to do this from the periphery. It's a lever arm, so if you rotate from the periphery, use less force. Now rotation, again you judge the depth easily because it's a half nucleus. Nice groove, deep. Now I think this is deep enough. I put the instrument really at the depth of the groove, second instrument next to a crack. And now it's easy, the parts are cracked, so switch parameters as I'm going to show you in a minute. And now what I'm thinking of, I want to drag this quadrant in the middle and then emulsify. So here, high vacuum, sometimes a little bit of ultrasound, get it in, and then I want to pull this in the center and now emulsify, and I may chop as I go. Right? And if things get stuck, I move it away and gets it back to the phaco, and that makes things very efficient. So here, keep going with the ultrasound and the vacuum. Once the part is stuck to the phaco tip and nothing happens, that's where you put the ultrasound. Okay, now it's easy. We take that part off, rotate, get the next quadrant. And my thought, I will snatch that in, I will chop as it comes. And now here, if I get occluded and stuck, ultrasound, if it's not working, I will disimpact and then get it back again, and that makes it flow nicely and quickly. All right, now the next quadrant, this part here. And again, same thing here. Okay, I want you to notice the amount of leakage around the second instrument, and that's the reason why the AC becomes shallow, and you're compensating for this to try to put the phaco underneath the last quadrant. But I do something different as described by Brian Little. With the last quadrant, the last bit, I come out and the AC becomes very deep. I'm demonstrating here that if you pull the phaco tip towards the wound rather than central, then the fluid of the irrigation leaks out of the wound and the AC would shallow, so something to be aware of. These are my parameters for the sculpting with low vacuum and low aspiration flow. And these are my parameters for quadrants removal or chopping.